Imagine your Laravel API suddenly starts returning 500 internal server error in production. Users only see the error message, but you have no idea what actually went wrong. So that's where error login in Laravel API become extremely important. So in the previous video, we configured Laravel logging system using .env and config/logging.php. So in this video, we will implement proper error handling inside our API. So whenever something fails, Laravel will automatically record the error message, file location, line number, etc. So this is exactly how production API are debugged in real project. So let's go in VS Code. Okay, so this is my VS Code editor. So you can see this is my project. In previous video, we have already discussed the env file configuration and the logging file configuration. So I'm just going to brief you. So whenever if the logging is not configured in your application API, so first of all, we need to check these two things: log level and log channel. And log channel is defined inside config folder. There is a logging.php. So you can see there is a lots of channels are there. These things already we have discussed in previous video. So just go and check out that video. If you want to start logging in any controller, so first of all, you need to import this log facades. So you can see in previous video also we have write this code log info to check the login is working or not. But in this video, I will explain you other log like error, info, warning, everything I will explain in this video. I'm just going to check log error inside this store function. So this is the function which is called in API like create task. Okay, I'm just going to try and inside the cat write this log error. I am going to write here. So task creation failed. Okay, so now let's go in Postman. So this is our create task API. So I'm going to hit this API. Okay, so there is some error inside this task controller at line number 68. If any error is coming, so you can check inside this log file. So just need to go this log file. So you can see today is 15th March. So new log file is created. So for every day we have configured this you can see in .env log channel is daily. What this log channel daily is doing, so it's creating a daily log file. If there is error today, so it's create a separate file for today and separate file for tomorrow and separate file for other day also. Okay, so just go to and check that what is the error inside this. So you can see the same error. Just wrap this text. Okay, so you can see the task controller.php 68 number line. So you can see in also Postman also it's 68. So same error is coming there. So now you understand how the error is coming in our error log. Okay, so now let's go and fix that error. It's in 68. Okay, so there is by mistake. So now it's okay. So now again I'm going to hit this API. Okay, so now the another error is coming because our XAMPP is not started. You can see in my XAMPP it's not started, so that error is coming. So now again if you are going to check that log file, so it's coming there. So you can see after this error, okay, you can see this error is also no connection could be made because the target machine actively refused it. Okay, so this same error is also coming in our log. So you can see everything, whatever the error you are getting, it will be stored in this file for today. So next day it will store in another file with the name that date with the date, year and month. Okay, so I'm just going to start this XAMPP and MySQL. Okay, so now Apache and MySQL is started. I'm going to do one thing. If the data is inserted, so I am just going to just like a info log also with the success message. is task created successfully. Okay, so now when I am going to hit this, it will show the success message also if the task is created. So you can see, okay, task not created, so this message is also will be there. So you can see, just go to bottom of this file. Okay, so you can see task creation failed, and this error message is also there. Okay, so there is some error, I think this. Okay, so the error is we have not used this store task request because we have already created a validation form validation. So we need to write this store task request, so then it will create a task. Okay, so now it will successfully insert the task into our database. So let's go and check this API again. So it will throw, I think title is missing, title is required. So this error is also coming in our log also. So you can see task creation failed. Okay, again, so now give the all the required field and every data, everything is correct. So now it will create a task. So you can see task is created successfully, and now you can see in also in our log also you can see the one new message, task created successfully, or whatever I have written here, this log info. So this is very helpful if you are going to log the file, so you can know the where the error is coming. You can also know the line number of error also, and the file number also. Everything you can. Otherwise you can store the requested data also. Suppose you are sending the data but the data is not reached at this controller, so you can check that also. So for that another parameter we can write, so requested data. Okay, request data, and inside this request. Okay, so now if I am going to create any error, if there is any error is created, so it will store the all the request parameter also, requested value also. So I'm just going to remove all this error. So now the file is empty, whatever the error is coming, so it will you can see clearly. Okay, so let me do one thing. I'm just going to remove this task requested and write this simple request here. And now let's check. Okay, so task is not created, and now the error is coming inside this log file. So you can see task creation failed and requested data, whatever we have sent like description, image, completed at, and user ID. So you can see whatever you have sent requested data, description, user ID, completed, image, and everything is there. Okay, and if you want to add the line number also, so you can write the line number also inside this. Suppose there is a lots of controller and lots of things are there, so you do not know the error is coming from which controller and which file. So you need to add the one thing. Requested data is okay, but you can store the error message also. Error message, you can add one more thing inside your error, and this will be $e and get message. $e get message will return you exact the error message, and if you want the file in which file the error is coming, you need to just write $e get file. Okay, and if you want the line number also, which line number we are getting error, so you need to just write $e get line. Okay, $e get line. So now when I'm going to hit this API, so you will get everything. So I'm just going to remove this, then it will be good for you to understand. Okay, so now let's check the log file. So you can see in log file requested data is there, and after that you can see error message. So inside the error message you can see it's a validation error. You can see title is I'm not title is required, but I'm not going to send this title. So you can see the inside the error message method request validate data not exist, and file is, you can see the file number is also there, and this line number is also 1115. So everything whatever you are doing wrong, so you will get the error. So Laravel support multiple logging levels like log info, and inside that you can see user login successful, something like that, and log warning API if you are using rate limiting something, so you can warn that user your limiting approach is reached, something like that, and log error like event API failed or something, and log debug also there. So debugging API request, debug is mainly used for development debugging, or log info is general system information like user is successfully created and something like that, and warning is for a potential error. Error is just like API failure and these types of error, and critical system crash. So these types of error are there. So everything whatever the log you are going to write, so everything will be displayed inside this. Okay, so now our Laravel API can properly log error and exceptions, and also we can make debugging much easier. But production API also support like multiple versions, so like API/v1/users and API/v2/users, something like that. So in the next video we will implement Laravel API versioning, which is widely used in our real world API. And this is my Laravel API series playlist. I have uploaded every required video like setup, authentication setup, login register, factory seeder, API, all the CRUD API like get, post, put, delete, and pagination, search and filter, and role-based access, file uploading, rate limiting, global error handling, and standard response structure, validation, and also a logging setup also. And this video is regarding API error log. So just check out this video, link is in description and I button also. So if you are enjoying this Laravel REST API series, so please like this video and subscribe the channel and hit the bell icon to get latest updated video from my YouTube channel. Thanks for watching video. We will meet in next video. Till then, take care. Bye.